Taking a minute. There it goes. What's going on here? Having trouble. Dang it. Go home and get ready for work tomorrow. Do what? Go home and get ready for work tomorrow. You're fine, though. Have a good one, man. I talked to him when I do it. Take care, my brother. All right. I'll see you next week. We'll see you at work. Do what? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. Great job. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. Well, I'm doing pretty good. We had a good racing hour show with my new co-host for that, Dean Potts, and had fun with that, and had quite a bit of participation as people coming in. So he stayed to meet Rob, and he's got to work, so he's headed out. But he loves it, Rob. I think he's going to be a regular, and more than just racing. I think he's going to do more. So he loves it. I'm glad to see that, and we're tickled about it. So how are you? Been an extremely rough week, but we're keeping our head above water, as they say, and praying through. We have very exciting news that we're going to talk about at the end. This show's a little different. Remember, we don't check chats. Occasionally we do. If somebody slams us, we might just handle it because you could be a jackleg. But we don't normally check the chats. We try to stay away from that. And then at the end, we'll come back. But we'll make an exception in this case, Rob, because Miss Elizabeth just came in the house. I know. You call us gentlemen, you get the chat looked at in Cornbread Nation show. Absolutely. Well, all right. You ready to get started? Absolutely. All right. Well, first up, you know how it is here on the Southern Fried, and we have this thing, and we like to call it the Jack Legs or Jack Wagons of the week. And so I'll start us off with one. And this was a hard week. I had a lot of different things. I'll start off with I'll go political, foreign country, then back down to just pure old meanness. He's more than really a jackleg. It's really a demon, but we'll say jackleg. I'm going to go with the Democrats who tried to block the spending bill that to keep the government going just because it's political. That's all it is. And you're jacklegs. You always want to hurt the people. Always. At, oh, sorry. Well, when they get to you, do it, but they're a jack wagon. All right. All right. You want me to keep going? Or you want to go? I know, and believe it or not, Schumer's the one that caved in and got him going, but he's under heat. He knows it. But I just think that now is not the time for us to look at division. Now is the time to move forward. And we just don't need a stoppage. We need to keep going. And so I just think, shame on you. You already messed up at the speech and little DJ Daniel. Do you just have, yeah. I mean, come on. Heck with them. MAGA baby, I don't care who gets mad. We had somebody get mad at us today. It's okay though. All right. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. And I know what Rob was thinking the whole time because when you start doing this, you do. Oh, that's podcast material right there. Hey, real quick, up at the store right up from me, it's one of those. They got the machine there you can put your stuff on, and it figures it up, and you pay and all that. Well, apparently they've had some. I've never had trouble. Apparently you have trouble, so they have a work badge on it with that hangs around your neck, and it has and they have a crown up there, and they have Karen on both of them, Miss Karen. I love it, dude. I'm about to get a picture of that. I love it. They call the machine Karen. Yeah, Jack Lake number two. Oh Canada, oh Canada. Not everybody, but your new leader. I'm sorry, I got to go back to it. You're cashing checks with your mouth. I said it. You're writing them and cashing them, but you're bankrupt. You're gonna bounce. You cannot. You're just like the guy that threatened to cut off the electricity. By the way, President Trump told him, "Oh, you're going to cut off electricity on Americans? Oh, we'll stop that. We don't need your electricity." So, but now the new leader has is talking smack to America because of the tariffs. So he come in just, I mean, double fisted, ready to calling Canada the best nation on the earth, and how they weren't backing down. They would never ever be the 51st state. Da 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 da. Can I just say it? Shut up. I mean, just shut up. Like, dude, it's enough. You're not tough. You ain't tough. You think you are, but you're not. Jack. No, I think we should call it Yukon Jack or something, after some famous character or something like that. Paul Bunyanville, that would work, The Great North, Niagara North, Northern Exposure. No, no, Trump land or Trumpville, Trumpville. That sounds like Woodville. I can dig it, man. I can dig it. Number two, Rob. Come on. Yeah, 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 no doubt. My last one, I had three this week. My last one is rather difficult because it hits really close to home here. I was caught up in an extreme emotional moment due to family trouble, and I got scammed. And it doesn't really matter. Everybody thinks it can never happen to me. I said the same thing. I just made a couple of critical mistakes, and it did. We're trying to work it out. It'll get worked out. God is my protector, and it'll be okay. But I want to say this: you are absolute a jackwagon. If during people's extreme uh, frustration and hurts and family trouble and all that stuff, you strike on people, there's a special place in hell for you, buddy. I won't go any further, or I might say something I shouldn't. Yeah, and I blame me. It's my fault. I'm not blaming anybody else. I blame me. But you know what? They shouldn't be doing that. It's okay. God's got my back. I'm sorry, man. Hey, great minds think alike. Bunch of jackwagons. Oh, well, it's okay. It's good. Hey, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's going to be Georgia Bubba with the Cornbread Nation Funny of the week. Not real long, but let's run a quick commercial. We'll be right back. That sounds about right. Uh, we'll be hearing from Uncle Jeb a couple times tonight. We've got great breadheads in history first. So I've got one this week. I'm real proud of. Rob, you want to go first? You want me to go first? Go ahead, brother. Dude, that picture we showed last night, man, the pretty stick never got anointed dim. I mean, man, that was a rough look. Rough look. I give him credit, long career, but man, they some kind of ugly, man. I mean, come on. Amazing. Nice. All right, one of my great breadhead in history, it really takes me back. A true cowboy. He's in the Cowboy Hall of Fame, Rob. Let me add this to the stage. Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson. What a great actor. Was a true horseman. Not all of the actors that were cowboys were. Ben Johnson could handle the horse. He was in at least five John Wayne movies, and there's a few of the selections from some of the greatest. And there's you see the Ben Johnson Cowboy Museum. I'd love to go. What a great actor! And one of his late movies, Rob, was he was in the movie, with Sam Elliott and Tom Selleck. That was one of his later parts that he played, and he played somebody that was about like Uncle Jeb in that movie. But the great Ben Johnson, I salute you, sir. Great breadhead in history. I love westerns. I love cowboys. And the Cowboy Hall of Fame, by the way, is in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. If you ever are out that way, please stop in and check it out. So, pretty cool. If you got a breadhead you want to nominate, let us know. We're going to hear from that crazy character, Uncle Jeb, with a Southern Fried 5 at 5, and then we're gonna have a special guest after that. So here we go, Uncle Jeb. He's off the chain and he's on the loose. Here we go. Jack. Hey, we got Jack. Hey, we had Uncle Jim. Now we got Jack. How you doing? Jack A, as I call him. Okay. All right, Jack. Oh man, I hope nothing's gonna run out because that's kind of disgusting and nasty. Oh man, that's okay. All right. Well, how you been, Jack? What? What you been saying? Oh, really? Okay. That's uh, that's quite interesting. Well, Jack, I want to ask you. I want to ask you. Um, Man, I'm all off now. Okay. Uh, President Trump said we're going to build ships again in America. What do you think about that? Americans getting jobs, building some ships. What do you think about that? Well, I think most people in America think you should work, Jack. I don't know where you get that from. Uh, but we need to build our military ships, our cargo ships, and all that. We need to make them right here in America. Yeah. Well, we might have to kick somebody's butt. Why not? No. Peace through strength, man. Peace through strength, Jack. Come on. Okay. Well, let's move on to another story. What do you think about them finally arresting somebody for the Columbia protest, taking over buildings, causing all sorts of aggravation and agitation and destruction? They finally arrested somebody. What do you think about that? Well, why you say that? Oh, you're saying he's a social activist, I guess, Jack. Okay. All right. Well, that's a little scary right there. Those ears are. Oh, okay. Oh man, I'm glad you used the other finger because that first one kind of went up the nostril there. That's kind of rough, man. Well, what do you think about this Ukraine war? Zelensky and Putin. You think any kind of peace is going to come from those peace talks over there? You hope not. I think that goes back to first thing we talked about getting a job. Jack, have you ever had a job? Okay, all right. Well, I just think most people think you should work. And have you ever had a job? What what job do you have? A tap dancer. You're gonna have to explain that. Uh, well, let me ask you one last question. Has anybody in your family ever had a job besides the tap dancing? Explain. Okay, Jack. Free. All right, Jack. We're gonna let you get out of here. Thanks for stopping by the Southern Fried Podcast. I hope you get your nose and mouth issues taken care of. Take care of all the little Jacks, and we'll see you soon, my friend. You take care. What I do? We're gonna have to get with Uncle Jam. He's good grief almighty, man. What in the world? All right, we're going to add back to the stage here just for a second, and we're going to go to the next thing. And it is our Southern Rock Band of the Week, Black Oak, Arkansas. You remember them, Rob? Barely. Oh, well, I don't think it's way before. I wouldn't say that. But there, well, yeah, I mean, I was a kid. I was young. I mean, they were 70s, you know. We see that song. Most people recognize Jim Dandy to the Rescue, but Hey Y'all and some of those hits you might have seen. And so, were they the biggest? No, but they toured for a long time, and so Black Oak, Arkansas, baby, I love it. They're pretty well known, man. They really influenced a lot of other bands, and probably still do. I guess to this day, as people listen to their music. But Black Oak, Arkansas is our Cornbread Nation Southern Fried Podcast, Southern Rock Band of the Week. Go listen to some Black Oak and step back in time a little bit. Yeah, some of you might not have been alive, but that's okay. Oh, I need to add that back. We're going to go and go straight into our recipe of the week. Recipe. Oh no! Excuse me, Rob. I jumped ahead of you. We have the Cornbread Nation Southern Word of the Week, and Rob has that word. What is that word? Catawampus. Well, I just want to know, Rob, have you ever got up in the middle of the night and one of the cats left you a surprise? And have you stepped in it? And was you oh, that's disgusting. What was you walking catawampus after that? So your moment to get up to go to the restroom is now extended by several minutes because first you got to clean yourself up, then you got to clean the poo, and then you got to well, some people might go find the cat after that. I don't know. Cat might have so the trip to the bathroom was supposed to be 2 3 minutes tops. It might become 20 minutes or more, depending on the. Well, if you stepped in it, Rob, and you accidentally tracked it a little bit before you realized what was going on. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's move along. Well, that's like the that's like the that's like the worst segue ever to the recipe of the week. But it's I'm gonna pull that. It's not. We actually went sweet. Bobby Sue from Augusta, Georgia. We'll just see. We'll both talk through this. I've got a few things. Most of it's pretty common or normal. Let me get the Black Oak, Arkansas off of there. And we got the pineapple coconut cake, Rob. You ever made one? You know, do you like pineapple coconut cake? So it's got more than one layer of cake, obviously, and the things you normally make a cake with: flour, baking powder, butter. So maybe some don't use all that, but this is what it calls for: salt, a little buttermilk, heavy cream, heavy. So you can't use light cream; it's got to be heavy cream. Got to use heavy cream. I like coconut, so I like the coconut extract. That's good. Gotta have some sugar. It's sweet after all. Unsalted butter. I guess that keeps you from over salting. You think? Um, 3 large eggs. That'd be expensive nowadays with the cost of eggs. And then I could eat straight out of the can the shredded sweetened coconut. Oh, I did this so many times as a kid. I am. I don't care. Well, that's that part. You got to move over to your pineapple filling. Can of crushed pineapple, more sugar, cornstarch frosting. All right. Well, and we cream cheese. No, it doesn't. Ugh. Sounds good, don't it? How the heck do you toast it? Ki- I guess. Yes. All right. Directions. Prep the pans. Everybody knows that. Which I'm glad to say it. Some people might not know it. Some people don't. Wash it. Well, depending on what was in it, I guess, you know. Preheat the oven 350. Butter and flour, the two 9-inch round cake pans. Set aside. Got to make, yeah, got to make your cake layers. I don't think so. I think it's just telling you don't need a huge bowl. More flour, more baking powder, baking soda. Oh, and more salt. And set aside. Oh, now a small bowl. Well, but if you got these backwards, small bowl first, medium bowl second, you know, mix together buttermilk, cream, extracts, and set aside in a bowl of a stand mixer. Cream together. I guess what comes with a mixer? I don't know. Cream together sugar and butter until well combined. I like that word combined. 3 minutes. That's a long time. 3 minutes, man. That's a long time. And you got to add the eggs one at a time. Beat on medium high until light and fluffy. Another 3 minutes. Add batter to the pans on low speed. You don't want to sling it everywhere. Add half the dry ingredients and mix until just combined. Just combined. Not well combined. Just combined. I think a lot of people just throw it all in there and mix it up. Okay. Bake and cool. Bake, rotating halfway through until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. That's pretty standard. About 25 minutes. Allow to cool completely in pans before removing and leveling the cake layers by cutting off the domes with a serrated knife. Then cut each layer in half, creating four thin layers. I don't. That's what it says. Now you can make your pineapple filling. Combine ingredients in a saucepan over medium heat. Stir constantly until sugar is dissolved and the mixture thickens into a glossy, Rob, filling that boils. I don't like how All right. Yeah, the trail. I don't like that. Now you got to make your frosting. Beat together cream cheese, butter, and sour cream until smooth. Add the powdered sugar and vanilla. Mix on low until just combined. Then beat on medium high. Again, 3 minutes. Now you get to assemble it all up, Rob, and you get that beautiful looking, delicious cake there on the right. What do you think? A lot of work. So you're saying you just buy one, or what would you do to shorten that time up? Just throw everything in there at one time and go for it. All right. I doubt that I would, but we appreciate Bobby Sue in Augusta, Georgia. It looks good, and I know that I would like it. I wouldn't want to know about the trail thing. That kind of bothers my stomach, and I really don't want to hear about sour cream either. That kind of bothers me too. But I realize it's mixed in, but some things you just don't want to know. Some things you just don't want to know. All right. Well, Rob, it's that time for us to take one quick commercial. We're gonna come back. Well, actually, we can just move on. Let's do fan mail, then a commercial, then redneck destination. It's time, folks. Rob is going to read or tell us what's in the. All right. Well, let's see what we got going on here. Get this thing opened up. Get up here where I can see it with my glasses. I just went to the eye doctor too, like Uncle Jeb. My eyes haven't changed though; they're still good. Uncle Jeb, I don't know. And what'd you say about this one? I was only going one way. All right. What Uncle Jeb say to the officer that pulled him over for going the wrong way down a one-way street? Uncle Jeb. Okay. Number two, if there is a two. Oh, there is a two. I see it. Wow. Wow. All right. Let me get the light here. What did the seven drawers change their names to when they went to South Georgia during pollen season? Okay. Is there a third? Okay. Uh oh. What? Survey says, what did Prince Charming say when he thought about how long Snow White had been asleep and how bad her morning breath was going to be? Okay. Nancy Pelosi. And I got to pull that mail out. Come on, Bobby. Let's see. Ricky Bobby, come on. And what'd you say again? Just Nancy Pelosi. All right. Name someone who you would hate to see in your dreams worse than Freddy Krueger. Have you ever seen Freddy Krueger in your dreams? Okay. Got you. Last one. Hey, hey, hey. Be putting that on your backside, dude. I got to open that up. I just hope this don't say Steve at Half Pine Forge. Oh, this one's way in the back. All right. I had to go way deep in the box on that one. The Itchy and Scratchy Show. What do you call? I got to read this. Come on, man. What do you call it when you go running through the woods naked and get poison ivy? Are you telling me? Well, I know you're not telling me. The fan mail said it, but have you ran through the woods naked? No, I have not. I have not. I didn't run through the woods naked. Come on, dude. Come on, man. You ain't got neighbors. I mean, you know. So, if Steven Halpine Forge did this, it would be a disaster for him. He's in a subdivision, man. Come on. Wow. 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 I'm going to commercial break. We'll be right back, folks, with the redneck destination of the week. See you in a minute. All right, folks, we are back. Thank you for being here with us live on the Cornbread Nation. This has become a true highlight of the show, which I think all of them are. Even Jack, he's odd, but I like Jack. You know, he's odd, but there's a lot of odd people in the world, including Jack. So, but we do visit our redneck destination of the week. Let's see. So far, we've been in Georgia. What was that? Dublin, Georgia. I'm trying to remember. And then Dothan, Alabama, and then we went to Alligator, Mississippi, Rob, and then let's see, we went up to Sanford, North Carolina. That was the food truck, the redneck food truck, and then last week we were in Rocky Mount, Virginia, with the redneck tree service. Yeah. So this week we're coming a little further south. We're going to Savannah, Tennessee. If you don't know where that's at, it's a pretty famous little area. There's a Civil War national battlefield there, and right there near that area was where the Walking Tall and all that came to life. In real life, and they made the movie about it, McNairy County and all that. So I don't mean to be off. I don't want to besmirch anybody, but I love you in Savannah, Tennessee, but that's a little redneck place, Rob. I've been there. I went around there. They looked at me funny, and I'm Southern. I mean, they act like they didn't want me there. But anyway, it's a pretty area. There's not much there in most parts of it. But I'll tell you what they do have, Rob. For our redneck destination of the week, they have something called the Redneck Mud Bash, race and camping. So like you can camp there. You can bring the family, and you take your four wheelers, or I guess you could also take those. What do they call those? They're not four wheelers, but they're the hunting top. You got the cover on it and all that. What are those called? Well, ATV or oh man, what's that called? Anyway, it's a race. You can kind of take whatever you want. There's no rules on what kind of. It can't be a car, or truck, but it has to be some kind of like four wheeler, something like that. You could even pull out the old illegal three wheeler if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but most people in the race like to bring family along. We'll talk about that through this. And so you race there and everything, and it's a full weekend. I mean, it's the whole family. But there are some race rules, Rob. Race rules, top 10. We're not going to give you all of them. Some of them was a little too risque for our show. But here we go. We're going to start at number 10 and go to number 1. Are you ready? Would you go to something like this? All right. Number 10. When you're going around the racetrack, and there's different mud holes, you're going through. There's a bunch of them, different sizes, depths, everything. While you're traversing through there at whatever speed you are, slinging mud everywhere, you get extra points if you find someone else's teeth in the mud. That's that's when you tell Junior, "Hey, Junior, be on the lookout for any teeth you might see in the mud. Scoop her up as you're going by." I'm glad to know that. Number 9. Number 9. I don't know why this has to be a rule, but the driver, not the passengers, but the driver has to wear pantyhose on their head. It reminds me of that movie. What was it? Raising Arizona. He's got money on his head. That's what reminds me of. Okay, number 8. This one doesn't give a lot of detail. It says see rules, but I have a list of those rules. But what it says is number 8 is wife swapping is allowed. Now, what I think it means is that your wife can ride in the vehicle with somebody else and they ride in yours. This well, it's close to Mississippi. Scary. Number 7. Now they have some gambling stuff part of it, so if, you can do extra stuff for money, and they put it in a pot, and whoever wins gets that pot. So for $50, $50, it is allowed in the rules, Rob. Number 7, the mother-in-law can be strapped to the front of the vehicle. All right, number 6. Like at Civil War reenactments, they will, as part of the battle, they'll set buildings on fire and stuff like that. Well, in this one, they built some temporary log homes around the course, and it is allowed in the rules to have beer bottle Molotov cocktails that you throw at these cabins, and on the front of the cabin it has FBI. It's just for fun, dude. I guess the wife or Junior, they got to sling it as you go by, or Susie, whoever that kiddo is. Beer bottle, Molotov cocktail. I don't know. They have two races on. They have one race on Saturday during the day, and one on Sunday during the day. But on Saturday night, they have a night race. They call it the Coleman Lantern Night Race. You you have to hook the Coleman Lantern up to the ride. Okay. Wow, these last four, all I gotta say is wow. Because not everybody can drive in them. I mean, there's a lot of spectators. They want as many people as they can get to make money, and they can camp as well. It's a lot of people there. The spectators are allowed to have Roman candles and bottle rockets to fire at the racers as they go by. Number three, I don't know if I can say this one. Well, like NASCAR or any race, you got to stop at stages for required pits. So every 10th lap around, it's a long course. So every 10th lap, you are required to stop and receive, I guess, whatever you need, resupply, whatever. Maybe just stop. But it's called the little people pits. Rob, that's the nice way to say that word, little people. I don't know if you know that. Little people. We say little people because that's the right. We don't say the other word, but that's what the number two. Number two, potato guns and regulation flamethrowers are allowed on the vehicles. I guess it's like one of those you get up top, got a little turret. Oh, regulation flamethrower, whatever the heck that means. Cigarette lighter. The the potato guns to fire back at the spectators. I think the regulation flamethrower, hairspray, that's just for effect, like fireworks, whatever, going by. All right, your number one rule at the redneck destination, Savannah, Tennessee, for your redneck mud bash race and camping. Each race, not the night race, well, it might be, I don't know, but I know the day races are 100 laps, 100 laps. And so, as a distraction, to distract the drivers, the kids are secretly told that on lap 69 to holler out, "Hey, I think you're my daddy." Mississippi. So you still think you would go? Yeah, yeah, not far. Rob, come on, man. That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice, man. Come on. Folks, that's your redneck destination on Cornbread Nation, Southern Fried Podcast. Next week, stay tuned. We'll let you know the night of the show where we're going. I like that. She's nice. She's nice. Oh, I bet you Tommy Nealon would go to this race. I bet you. Ain't no telling. Maybe. Oh man, he got a well. Teachers are off tomorrow, so maybe it threw him off a little bit. That's in Georgia in service day. Yeah, you you've joined crazy. That's what you joined. You just didn't know it. That's disgusting, man. Come on. Savannah, Tennessee, baby. Get you some. He was. Oh, it depends on what we're at in West Virginia. No, it don't. No, I think it maybe up around Wheeling. It might be a little not that way, But no, I've been there. And before everybody goes, we got to say, because we're still getting used to it, we are now an affiliate of Patriot Mobile. More to come. More to come. And hopefully within the next week to week and a half, we will have a website that pulls all this craziness together in one place. So we're working on it right now, and we'll give you our web address. We'll give you then soon. It is secure, but we'll announce that soon. Yeah,